Good morning, everybody. I appreciate you all coming out this morning. We've got a mild, 12 or 15 degrees, I'm not sure. But I appreciate everybody braving the cold this morning and joining us here. Certainly appreciate Mr. Mayor and Dr. Haas, Chairman of our board, and all the visitors that are here this morning to hear what we believe is a very, very exciting announcement for our community. Concerning the property on which the former St. Joe's Hospital currently sits. Since I've been here, or since we have been here, we've been constantly reminded, and particularly I've been here a little bit more than a year, how valuable and how cherished this property is in our community. And since that, and since the building was closed, we have sought a partner that would preserve the integrity of this beautiful building. I can't walk amongst our employees or members of the community without somebody telling me a story about St. Joe's. I was born there, my parents were born there, I was born there. It just has a rich and vibrant history. So we are proud to announce that we are under contract to sell this property to Blackbird Investments from that standpoint. We are very, very happy. This could not be done. It's certainly not me sitting up here. This is a planning effort that's been going on for almost, a year, I believe, from that standpoint. And as the community leaders, it is our community that put this plan together. We're happy to be a part of it, but it could not be done without all of our community leaders being involved, expressing their opinions, and also members of our community. Last evening we spent over at Orhc an evening with the neighborhood community, and that was a very enjoyable evening in which they were able to see what are some of the exciting plans for the development of that property. So without further ado, Brad, I'd like to turn it over to you and let you introduce our new partners here, and have it.
Thank you, Phil. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. I want to thank Phil and his team of Blackbird for giving us the opportunity to speak on behalf of the foundation. We too, many years ago, joined this party when the assets transferred from the Ottumwa Hospital to Regional Care in Nashville, Tennessee. And on May 1st, we began a journey together, also in what to do with this beautiful community icon called St. Joe Hospital. And our role in this, about a year ago, was when the team arrived, they asked if we would act as the liaison between all the players in the community and the team here locally for Ottumwa Regional Health Center, and then also the team in Nashville, and then of course the foundation. So we have been honored to act in that. That's right in our wheelhouse in terms of a convener, collaborator, and an introducer, if that's a word. I applaud Phil and Marty Rash, the CEO and president in Nashville, Howard Walls, the attorney, John Weber, who worked with us here locally, because they worked very diligently right out of the box saying, how can we do something that honors the community, that honors this building, and continues the history as part of that. So that was the part of the conversation, I think, from the very beginning. And I think you'll see that reflected in the drawings and the renderings and the plan that they've honored that as well.
Us at Blackbird Investments, we couldn't be happier for this opportunity to talk about plans for St. Joe's Hospital. This has been an incredible amount of outpouring from the community, from all the players to get this started. Like Phil said, it's been almost a year now as this plan evolves and as this concept evolves, and we're really happy to be talking here today and moving forward. The first thing about why we're here is really the building itself, the incredible opportunity that this presents for a historic redevelopment. It's situated in a fantastic neighborhood on approximately 9 acres. The building itself is great construction, really well preserved. There's so many architectural elements and historical elements in the building that we've been really impressed with as we move forward. Other things that have made this great is just all the political and business partnerships that we're making along the way here. The outpouring of support from the community for this project is completely unprecedented. It's been an amazing experience. And the last thing is really the need for housing in Ottumwa. I think there was an Iowa State housing study that talked about the deficiencies in housing, and I think this is a great project for Ottumwa. So our project, what we're proposing, is a historical renovation, adaptive reuse of the St. Joe's Hospital, creating approximately 70 premium apartments, everywhere from studio, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and 2-bedroom or 2 and 3-bedroom townhome type units as well.
The Sisters of Humility had a great deal of vision when they built this building. It's solid, it's a concrete building. It'll last another 100 years easily, and it's a beautiful building. They also considered daylight. They considered the size of the floor plates in a way that make it very adaptable for the use that we're proposing here. So what we've put together here is several slides of what we've planned, and we've really done this in the spirit of the original building, and we want to honor that moving forward as well. So what you see is the site plan. North is up on this plan. And the large building in the middle, of course, is the historic 1924 structure with the 1960 addition. In that building will be approximately 63 apartment units, and ranging in size and type, as Ryan pointed out. And in the nurses building down here, which will have approximately 7 units in it, as well as some additional amenities for the overall project. Those amenities will include a clubhouse and fitness type facility, as well as the potential for some commercial space as well in that building. Perhaps well suited for a daycare or an academic use of some kind could be considered in that building. Linking the two buildings will be an outdoor pool area that you see here, as well as a playground space for the use of all the tenants in the building as well. Other things we've considered is how to utilize the existing building as it sits on the property, as it kind of slopes to the north. And if you want to advance it one slide, we'll get into a little bit of the details there. So in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see a sketch of the ground floor. This is the ground floor of the 1960s addition. And that addition provides some opportunity for some interior parking. Protected parking is something we heard a lot about in our exploratory meetings along the way. So that's a great opportunity for that, as well as some potential commercial space that would be a tenant-focused area in the building, perhaps a small coffee shop area, really designed in the spirit of the 1960 lunch counter that existed in the building historically. So that'd be located, I'll just point that out, right in that area there, as well as several units on that ground floor. We've included several of the plans on the building, by no means all. It is a 6-story building with 2 stories in the nurses building, totaling about 140,000 square feet. It's a very sizable project. But moving up to the second floor, a few key things to point out. That's this plan down here. We have an opportunity on the wing where the chapel exists, but below the chapel, to do 2-story townhouse units with a veranda that runs along the side, the south side of the building that exists today. Again, this building offers an opportunity at every turn. We are very excited about that, and we want to take advantage of each of those. So 2-story townhouse units with 2-story balconies would exist in that location. Otherwise, we're honoring the system of the building as it stands today, double-loaded corridors with a central corridor, and that's consistent as you move up through the building. I'll jump up to the 4th floor here. That's the floor of the chapel, and as we've heard from Phil and others, that it's hard to distinguish this as a chapel. This is more of a church. It's a large space, large volume. It is historically anointed with architectural details that we want to retain, and that will become an amenity for the building as well. So a common gathering space for the tenants to utilize, for a theater room, for a large living room space, and also offers opportunity for a kitchen. We often call those a chef kitchen in terms of amenities for this type of project. Then going up to the 6th floor, we've included this because we would like to point out that, again, the offerings of this building include great opportunities for outdoor space. As the building steps and becomes a little bit smaller floor plate as you go up, it offers great opportunities for outdoor spaces for both the tenants and the overall tenants as well as individual tenants alike in the building. So we have a few illustrations here. I mentioned the townhouse type units, windows on both sides and 2-story living space as it exists there. Other large units, again, really taking advantage of, I think we've lovingly said there's 5,000 windows in this building. Of course, that's an exaggeration, but there are a lot of windows in this building, lots of daylight, lots of views that we want to take advantage of all the way through. So go ahead one. The other thing we've heard is it is an institutional building. It's a beautiful institutional building. It's brick, and it has architectural detail that you may not always find in a historic hospital building, which is good, but it still has a bit of an institutional feel. So we're going to work diligently to bring it into the vocabulary of a residential building. Painting the window trim will go a long ways. Adding vegetation to the site and landscaping will go a long ways, and activating areas of the site that were not previously activated through the playgrounds and that sort of thing, as I mentioned before.
As Matt touched on, there is a commercial component to this building. We are pursuing opportunities, partnerships with area businesses, area organizations, not only in the lower level of the main building, but also in the nurses' quarters. It is set up that depending on the interests, and we'll know that more in the months going forward, what happens to be a good fit for the building, a good fit for the neighborhood. We will be having talks with them. I think with all the amenities that we are offering on this building, the layouts of the units, the ample light, the pool, fitness center, all of this stuff, we're trying to attract a broad swath of tenants, everywhere from young professionals, engineers and peers, teachers, doctors, things like that. I think that this building offers a little bit for everyone, and that a lot of people can find a really nice home here. What we think this means for Ottumwa and the neighborhood, I think it is the first of its kind in the area as far as the breadth and scope of this redevelopment, utilizing the existing historical fabric and breathing new life into it. It's kind of the definition of an adaptive reuse project. I think it has the potential to be a great recruitment and retention tool for the area. Businesses pointing to it as a great place that Ottumwa is a great place to come and stay. We have these opportunities as well as the opportunity for keeping dollars in Ottumwa. Ottumwa is a commuting city. We talk to people over and over again about the lack of premium housing units in the city. We talk to a lot of people driving in from neighboring cities and even neighboring states. Offering this opportunity for Ottumwa really allows dollars to stay in the community where they can do the most good and support other local businesses. Our timeline for construction, we anticipate a early summer construction begin with approximately 12 months of construction opening sometime in summer of 2016. And with that, I'll open it up to questions and comments, concerns. We'd love to hear about it. We'd love to hear anything anyone has to say. Yes?
What type of health hurdles do you guys have? I've been told that there might be like asbestos or black mold in that building, and how will you guys deal with that?
There surely are environmental contaminants in a building of this age. We are working closely with professional abatement contractors to safely handle anything that comes up. It is a long process. They're the first people that get in there. We anticipate the entire building being tented, roped off as they do their work and completely make the building safe for its new inhabitants. Yes?
What kind of timeline are you talking about? Are we looking at for the process? What kind of timeline?
We are currently progressing along the architectural plans. We have engaged a general contractor. Vaulting Construction will be our partner on this project. A little more details is they should begin bidding the project to subs sometime in early January. We've instructed them that it's of very great importance that we utilize local labor, local contractors, local businesses at every opportunity. Again, trying to keep dollars in Ottumwa. Like I said, they anticipate a early summer and start of construction in approximately 12 months till completion. The amount of support that we're getting as we talk to area leaders, area business owners, and just inhabitants, neighbors around there, that once we get the design set in stone, and we know exactly what it's going to be, what we're offering, we're going to start having conversations about pre-leasing.
What other projects like this have you undertaken?
The Blackbird Partners have been involved in a variety of projects across Iowa, both single-family and large multifamily mixed-use, commercial adaptive reuse projects. We are just finishing up a project in Des Moines, a 50,000 square foot warehouse conversion in a Class A office space. It's a similar project as far as the scope of it, very different from its intended use. But we have a long history in the construction and real estate fields. Yes.
What is the projected cost of the project? And then also, do you have a range of what rent would be? And then also, can people buy?
The expected construction cost, we're anticipating approximately $14 million. Range of units, right now we're talking about $800 to $1,200. That will depend on final finishes, final amenities, what's offered. We will know more as far as the exact dollars and cents as the contractor starts bidding things out and getting everything nailed down that way. We are utilizing historic tax credits for the project. Because of that, there are a variety of restrictions on it, both restrictions on the site itself, the building itself, and what we can do, what we can change on it. One of the restrictions on it is that we cannot sell units or condo it out for 5 years. So for the first 5 years at least, it has to remain a rental, and then after that period, we're open to whatever comes. The support that the city has given us, and frankly every partner from Regional Care, Legacy Foundation, area business has been just above and beyond what we could expect. So we're looking forward to keeping these partnerships moving as we complete this project.
There are characteristics of this building that are irreplaceable, and that's why we find it such a great project, a great opportunity. The unit sizes vary from 600 square feet for a one bedroom, and there's various sizes of one bedroom. It's kind of, you take what the building gives you in those senses. So that would be the smaller end of things, all the way up to 3-bedroom units in the townhouse model that I mentioned. That would be up to 1,600 square feet for size. Now they will be market rate units. There'll be no cost control units or anything like that, so they'll be market rate. We're still determining what the market is, but I think Ryan can speak to those costs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Projected.
Absolutely. I think I mentioned $800 to $1,200 is what we've been discussing as far as what, as we get feedback, that seems to be the sweet spot for what we're offering. It will very much depend on the type of unit. Again, we offer so many different options in this building, all the way from 1 bedroom to rooftop penthouse style units with private patios, walk-up 2-story townhome units. It really offers a wide variety. So we are committed to developing the site and reusing the existing footprint of the parking areas. We've changed the configuration, softened them up with islands, landscaping, trees around them to really create a more residential atmosphere. On site, we're having discussions, talking about sidewalk infrastructure improvements. Again, we've got incredible support from the city and from all partners about these. I also did want to reiterate what Matt said. This is a market rate project. We are not utilizing low income tax credits. It will be fully market rate. Just given the level of support we received for urban revitalization, for adaptive reuse projects, this is definitely a community that we want to have an ongoing relationship far beyond the lifespan of this project.